Hey, Cannabis and Cannababes, you're stepping into the world of elevated conversations on the Cannabis podcast. I'm your host, Jarrell, joined by the one and only dopest EA himself, Corey. And together, we're your guides through the highs and depths of the Cannaverse. And today, we're diving into high spirits and hard hits, unpacking the cannabis beverage boom, UFC's cannabis game changer, workout weed wisdom, whatever that is, and networking realities. Now, is it a waste of time or is it not? And of course, this week's edition of Barbershop Stories with Corey. So join your favorite two names looking to put you on game with difference-making strategies and positive financial guidance. Grab your favorite strain, open your notes app, and kick back for another episode of the Cannabis Podcast. Let's get into it. Boom. Welcome to the show, welcome to the show. Here to give you knowledge that you didn't know. Put you on some game, now you got a buzz. You are now listening to Cannabis. Yeah. Carter, start freestyling. Go.
What?
Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Cannabis Podcast. I'm your boy, Jarrell.
And I'm Corey.
And we are the Cannabis. And you know we're joined by...
the dopest... God damn it. The producer.
The dopest producer.
Hey, next week, Carter gonna kill y'all with that intro.
Yes, sir.
What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Doing well, man. Doing well.
Yeah, it's another day.
Yeah,
Corey gotta mute his phone.
Man.
yeah that's a good point. That's a
Man,
good point.
first of all, before y'all start getting to judging us, something you need to know. We got multiple businesses. There's a lot of stuff going on here at once, okay? Yep. Before we even got on, we got a call.
Who we get a call from?
Man, from Celebrity Chef Collins. Man, y'all already know. Man, hold on. Let me go ahead. I'm going to do that again. We got a call from Celebrity Chef Michelle Collins, boy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, boy. Let's go.
Which, of course, y'all know, if you've seen episode 2 of The Experience, then you already know how locked in we are with Chef Collins.
For those that haven't seen it, what's the episode 2 about?
Oh, they tripping, man. We cooking with cannabis, you know. We named the episode, you know, all of our episodes are typically named after the business itself. So this one is Chef's creation, and we actually got the chance to create with Chef in the kitchen with Corey's cook pants, and right, and we got some spoons and some spatulas, and man, we were going crazy, man.
Yes, sir.
Shrimp and grits, salmon, it was nuts. Filet mignon. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, if y'all haven't seen it, go on our YouTube and watch it.
Come on, man.
At the Cannabis.
At the Cannabis, right? BRUHC.
I'm getting hungry right now.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, it's time for lunch. It's time for lunch right now.
You ain't lying.
I'm just saying. But no, man, you know, we've been at work, hard at work, guys. You know, that's something that we can't lie about. That's just the truth. But yeah, Chef Collins called us and some really good news, and we got some things that are lined up. But because it's so premature for us to kind of mention it right now.
There's some big things coming. Y'all
That's all you got to know.
Yeah, y'all find out about it as the year progresses. But we're gonna have. I mean, the Cannabis is going to have big stuff happening this year regardless. But this is going to be another big notch in the belt of bigness.
Let's go. Yeah, so, you know, man, we doing our thing, man. We appreciate y'all's support. Please make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get it.
All right, Cannabis and Cannababes, you know what time it is. We're about to take a quick breather.
Yeah.
But don't go anywhere because we got something special coming up. And you know we never disappoint.
That's right, Corey. Stay tuned for a word from our incredible, phenomenal sponsor, Harvest AF Financial Consulting, where they say, we're with you from seed to success. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's in store. Let's get it.
Ever wondered why, despite careful financial planning, your tax bills seem higher than they should be? The key lies in strategic tax planning, an often overlooked aspect of financial management that can significantly reduce your tax liabilities. Many believe that their tax professionals are actively working to minimize their tax payments all year round. Unfortunately, the reality often centers around compliance, not savings. This changes now with our groundbreaking Seed to Success method. Did you know many taxpayers overpay due to incomplete or incorrect tax filings? Imagine discovering that you could have saved significantly by adjusting just a few entries on your tax returns. Every client, whether new or long-standing, deserves smart tax decisions. With Seed to Success, you'll explore options and make informed choices, potentially reducing your tax liabilities. Ready to elevate your tax planning? Join us now and unlock your financial potential.
Welcome back, fam. Hope you enjoyed that little break. Now let's dive back into the Cannaverse. We've gotten some real talk and some exciting discussions lined up for you. You know how we do it. Keeping it smooth, getting down to business.
Absolutely, Corey. And speaking of keeping it smooth, big shout out to our amazing sponsor once again for keeping the vibes right and money in business owners' pockets. Now, let's jump back into this convo with this week's edition of Word on the Street.
Yeah.
All right, man. So in Word on the Street, man, this is a little bit of what's going on, man. We're talking about cannabis beverages, right? So cannabis beverages it's a big thing right now. You know, if you've followed the Cannabis podcast for some time, you know we've sat down with a few different cannabis beverages, beverage companies that definitely are doing their thing out on the market. So we're talking about, the cannalines of the world, right? The fizzies of the world. A lot of people are out there doing their thing, and you know we can't flex on you, man. Right now, we're basically updating you on where we are right now. So if you're not caught up with the craze around cannabis beverages, you're missing out because they've made $204 million. That's the size of the market right now, and growing, I should say, because, that number is likely higher than it was at the time of this report.
Yep.
Even though this report is last month, it's growing that fast.
So that was just from January to now?
Crazy. That's the market size as of December, the end of December.
Oh, end of December. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, so that's where we are right now. You got to think you think about the U.S. recreational cannabis market size, which is about $21 billion right now. So of that, over $200 million is just from cannabis beverages.
I would much rather drink than I'd much rather drink than smoke and eat. Because especially in a social setting, it's just always nice to have something in your hands. So whether it be a drink or a cup or something like that.
Yeah.
And so you're talking and then, just take a sip here and there and you're good. It's funny though, because Carter and I were talking about that on the way over here, just talking about cannabis beverages.
Okay.
And I told them, and I have to give them their credit and just based off my experience. Fizzy has had the best tasting and overall best experience that I've had when it comes to any type of cannabis beverage. Now we've had quite a few, and there's been some really good ones, but the apex so far has been Fizzy. So I got to give them their props.
Yeah, that's a little plug talk for you.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But no, that's true. Now, I like to consume in multiple ways, and I ain't gonna front. But I will say what makes, you always talk about edibles or things you can consume that's not just smokables. The beverage industry, the cannabis beverage industry has something unique because of all the edibles. It's something that's controlled, right?
Yep.
Because of the way we talked with scientists and all this stuff on the show or whatever about how they do it. Everybody has their method, the nanotech and all that kind of stuff. But what makes it more similar to smoking is that you can control that. Everybody knows you've taken an edible and you read the package.
You're on that ride.
Right. But you read the package on the gummy or you read the package on the brownie or whatever, right? And then you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to take a quarter. And then all of a sudden,
he's out of there, folks.
Melted to the couch.
You done, right? So at least with the beverages, from my experience with the beverages and also, Cheech and Chong and whatever. So, but with the beverages is dope because like Corey said, you could take a sip just like you could take a quick toke. You know what I mean? And it feels like that kind of experience without the vapor and stuff for everybody that aren't in love with it. Once you fall in love with cannabis, you'll be like, I could be in a smoked out room and just happy and chill. But if you're like, you know,
if you want to control it.
Yeah, or is it you're in an inappropriate place? Like I remember talking to Kenny Cottrell at Cannaline, and he was saying that his wife, you know, in the episode he mentioned that his wife like loved Cannaline before he got involved. You know, and came to the ownership side, and was saying how, you know, soccer moms and all that stuff can be out in the open, you know, and you know, I don't know, take a koozie or something, and
you know what would be dope?
What's that?
Can we clip from that podcast episode, like on some Vlad type stuff?
Oh, we got to do that.
Can we clip that and put it into this episode?
Insert here.
I got into it because of my wife, honestly. That's like my wife likes Cannaline, and that's when I realized when Chris had Cannaline, it was like, oh, these the same chicks are the same chicks I go to yoga class and spin class with, and they probably want to consume cannabis in this exact same kind of format. It's that kind of way. It's like, oh, we're going to get rich. This makes sense to me. This right here makes sense. Right. That was the target client. You don't want the rappers. You don't want the young kids. You want the chick who's going to Whole Foods paying $11 for a bottle of juice.
Hey, let them hear it from Kenny's mouth directly.
Yeah. No, that's dope.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
that's fine.
And done.
And it's been set into stone by the producer.
The producer, right at 11 minutes and 52.
I need it.
We would know, real talk, y'all. We be creating the show in front of y'all. Like, this ain't one of them. This is not one of those shows where we're hiding a bunch of stuff. No, we gonna take y'all on this journey with us. Yeah. So when we actually get to the level that we know we could be at, you're gonna be like, bro, I used to watch the Cannabis back when
Yeah, when they were doing it pretty much real time.
Yeah, they were doing this in real time. They were putting stuff out super fast. They were giving us content. They were giving us podcasts. They were giving us shows. They didn't, like you said, real time. They didn't wait 12 months to give us the show. They were like, we recorded it in November, we put out in December. So it's dope because y'all's feedback and everything really gives us life.
Yeah.
So just right now, like if you could drop some comments in the section, let us know what you think about this podcast, the last podcast. What did you think about our last few offerings? Because we really want that engagement from what we call the Cannaverse.
Hey, we need that feedback, good or bad.
Yeah, straight up.
Truth.
Yeah, man. But there's also, what else we got for word on the street?
Well, we got the UFC has officially removed cannabis from the drug test.
Oh, come on. The UFC has done what?
They've officially removed that cannabis from their drug test.
Shout out to UFC. Okay.
Yeah, man, that's dope because one thing when it comes to the UFC, it's when you talk about, you know, any type of enhancement, it really shows, right? So if you take in a substance that will really enhance your athletic ability or be able to hit harder, be able to withstand more damage or not feel the damage or make you faster or anything like that, it would really show in the UFC. So the fact that they are taking the stance of, nah, man, we don't need to test for cannabis because they're saying that it's not a performance enhancing drug.
Hello.
And two, I think Nate. It's either Nate Diaz or Nick Diaz.
Nate.
I'm gonna say Nate because he always liked to smoke after the fight.
Yeah.
Even though he's like, I'm gonna get in trouble by, you know, the powers that be. You know, I gotta take a hit after my fight because it calms me down and it allows me to feel better.
Yeah. So man, now that's a really great point though. In most. Let's keep it real. A lot of the major sports, the major sports that's out there, they're going to have to make that decision too. You know, we're getting down to that point, you know, because what was it? It was, we covered the NBA.
NBA and Big Three.
The NBA and the Big Three. Big Three did it first. NBA did it second. Check out that word on the street.
And then NFL's taking control of it, and now the UFC.
Come on. So eventually it's going to be a thing where I'm going to tell you why this is big. Because for all those cannabis brands that's like, I want to advertise. I want to spend money. I truly believe I have businesses outside of cannabis and I've come to learn this, or I just understand it from my business acumen that, hey, advertising could be that decision. Your business is fine. You just need more eyes on it. And for all those cannabis brands out there, for all of y'all, this is a move that goes towards y'all getting to another level, your business valuation, everything else that you have going on. Now you can imagine, the NBA has those the jerseys that have the
logos,
the logos on them. So we talked about that before, and now y'all are one step closer to being able to put that cookies on the Denver Nuggets. Jerseys,
they honestly, for sponsorship, they should follow what 3Chi did for NASCAR.
Which is what?
3Chi owns their own car in NASCAR, and Kyle Busch runs it. And they won a championship. So if you want to get your name out, follow theirs.
Come on.
Follow them.
Facts.
You better tell them.
Yeah, it says like the NFL, they removed their threshold from like 35 nanograms per milliliter to 150 nanograms per milliliter. So from 35 to 150, which is clearly a big jump.
Yeah.
But you know who I need to take note from the UFC, the NBA, and NFL?
The military?
The goddamn military, man.
Oh my God!
How do you have the top performing athletes in the world?
Think about it.
The top performing athletes in the world are the agencies, the groups are taking a step back because they are seeing that this isn't impacting our sport. It's not impacting our fighters, right? So if it's not impacting them, then there's clearly some type of studies that have been taken to show that. So now, granted, the government moves slower than a sloth infused with a snail infused with Snorlax. I don't know.
What did he say?
Like, it's crazy to me. It's just like the signs, the writing is on the wall.
Come on now.
For the benefits of cannabis.
And you know what's crazy? How many owners in one sport own a team in another sport? We see it all the time, right? And so the funniest part is the same guy that's like, for this sports franchise, these are the rules. And I understand the owner of the team or the franchise isn't necessarily the owner of the league, right? Isn't a dictator or makes all the decisions in that way. But now I think that's going to be part of the shift too. Because now as an owner, I'm saying one of my investments is doing this. And the other investment is doing that. And the only difference is this one accepts cannabis and this one is on that BS. So for all that information that y'all putting out there, that you've been putting out there, that sounds like reefer madness for years, for decades, since these players' daddies were in the league. You know what I'm saying? Man, cut it out.
Stop the cap.
Like, you think about it, like all these politicians that are against it, right?
Yeah.
But they watching these sports and the players that can use it. And they're cheering their sports team on, man.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why it's a big deal.
Let's be honest. They're using behind closed doors.
Hell yeah.
Oh, come on now. And your son, how many times have you had to call a buddy to get your son off because he got found with a couple ounces? Like, let's stop. Come on.
Stop the cap.
Who? That's what it was. I was like, I watched that Dave Chappelle. Have you seen the new Dave Chappelle?
The Dreamer? Yeah. Only once though.
I've only seen it once as well. And he's talking about the senator that's not he lost his seat. and he was talking about how like all the drug fueled parties and orgies that were happening and stuff like that. And it's funny.
Yeah,
it's funny
yeah.
because it's like we don't doubt that it's happening. Like I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's happening, and I'm pretty sure they're in there taking all types of drugs,
everything,
along with weed.
Oh, that's weed. They got rid of. Say I only got so much. What did I hear? Oh, I only got rid of. I thought that was in my headphones. Yeah, man. No. We were talking about the whole thing about smoking and working out and that whole thing as well before we even started the show.
Yeah,
so
man.
You had a article or something like that about smoking and working out or something like that.
Yeah. So I was doing some light research, and Kevin Durant, he's always pro cannabis.
Come on, man. He's a real one.
Yeah.
Real one.
But yeah, so he loves to smoke cannabis after a game or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, quote, to me, it clears the distractions out of your brain a little bit. It also settles you down. It's like having a glass of wine.
Come on, man.
It really is.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
That's a conversation that I've tried to have. Like, I've tried to have with non-consumers. Where it's like, you smoking a lot of cannabis. You must be on the couch chilling, not getting nothing done. I'm like, no, I got like a normal regimen. Like I also take vitamin D, and I take, you know what I'm saying? Like I take ashwagandha root. I take echinacea or echinacea, however you want to pronounce it. I take a lot of different supplements that are natural to help me. I was sick for like a day and a half. So, you know what I'm saying? Like this is at end of last week. And if it wasn't for my regimen, that does include that sweet flower.
That's sweet.
That sweet flower. I don't know where I would be. I might still be down and out. You know what I mean? So, no, it's a real thing.
I want to read this from the marijuana moment. In the topic of the article, it says, using marijuana before working out can enhance enjoyment and runner's high, but also cause more exertion.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to read this to you verbatim because it's very interesting. It says, cannabis consumption prior to exercise can lead to greater enjoyment and an enhanced runner's high, which is a double entendre. But a new study has found, though, it is also tied to an increase in feelings of exertion from working out. So published last week in the journal Sports Medicine, the paper from researchers at the University of Colorado found that using marijuana before exercising may lead to increases in both positive and negative aspects of the experience. The findings held that regardless of whether participants use THC or CBD-dominant products, although people who use CBD reported a greater sense of enjoyment and less of an increase in exertion, authors believe that the study is the first to investigate the acute effects of commercially available cannabis on subjective responses to exercise in a laboratory environment.
He says the first?
It's the first. It says, our findings suggest that among individuals who have experienced using cannabis with exercise, smoking or vaporizing cannabis flower prior to exercise may lead to increases in both positive, so affect, enjoyment, and negative exertion aspects of the exercise experience. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I know you and I have had many conversations.
Many.
Sports and cannabis and so on and so forth. Man, I would say I've never tried any type of cannabis products prior to working out, but I have tried the roll-ons. Like afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And what's that like? I still use it to this day.
I mean, it's a great feeling. It's a great experience because, especially as we get older in life,
it's going to happen.
Yeah, allowing the body to heal itself a little bit better or take some of that exertion, feeling from the exertion away. Yeah, I'm definitely pro roll-on.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Definitely roll on. I don't have any brand to plug right now because I'm using two different ones right now as we speak. When and for me and the wife. So when her shoulder, a little bump shoulder or knee messing up, she's a hooper. You know what I'm saying? So she has a knee. She tore her ACL and all that kind of stuff. So these things actually help. They've helped my family and definitely helped me as I continue to age, and to actually get some kind of relief. But to give y'all a little bit of relief from the podcast right now, we want to go ahead and kick it to our mid-roll ad for today. And y'all might know this company or who, just check it out. Check it out. Hey, Cannabis community, it's your favorite two names that put you on game, dropping some exciting news your way. You ready for it? Drum roll, please. Introducing the Cannabis Media Patreon community, your VIP pass to exclusive content and some pretty dope perks. Well, why join? You get early access to be the first to vibe with our weekly podcast episodes, exclusive content straight to you where we dive into financial wisdom and where we drop behind the scenes antics from our adventures. Of course, you can find Make Mentality merch, score exclusive gear where you support the mission. You know we're connecting you with tailored solutions from Harvest AF Financial Consulting with discounts for paid members. Live event discounts where you party with us for less at Cannabis events. And also sponsorship opportunities. You get early dibs on becoming a Cannabis sponsor and put your brand in the forefront. How to join the other Cannabis and Cannababes? Well, just head on over to patreon.com/thecannabismedia. Unlock the perks by choosing your membership tier. Dive into the Cannabis experience like never before. Your support matters. By joining, you're planting seeds for a more prosperous cannabis community. Every tier gets you closer to the heart of the Cannabis movement. Ready to elevate your Cannabis experience?
God, we got a Patreon.
Now.
We got a Patreon, baby.
Let's grow together.
We live, baby. We live. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so man, you heard that smooth, handsome brother on the ass, what he told you, man. Look. Y'all go ahead. We really do appreciate, man, all seriousness, though. We appreciate all the support that we get, and we really had to find a different way to, give back to our people. We always call it Cannaverse. So, now you got a place for that. Not only are we offering, that stuff, but when you go to the Patreon on patreon.com/thecannabismedia, you'll actually be able to see all the different, details within the offers. The tiers get pretty detailed where... we're giving out things that also tie on to being a solution when it comes to business finances as well. So we're rolling that all in together. So if you support Carter, Corey, Jarrell, the combination of, or just the brand that is the Cannabis Media, man, this is for y'all, man. It's a way that y'all can definitely support. There's monthly different tiers and monthly options, man.
Yeah, it's got a lot in it.
It's got a lot
in it.
It's so much, man, and that's a condensed version. It had 90 seconds. But no, man, we appreciate it. We appreciate y'all, man, and we got something to give back. This year, we're not just taking. I know we kicking doors down and all that other stuff, but we ain't taking. We trying to find new ways that we can give to the cannabis community, and we appreciate y'all in advance. Thank you.
Yes.
Hey, man, there may be some benefits from Harvest as well.
It is. Go. All they got to do is go to the patreon.com. They'll see.
Hey, check us out.
Yeah, it's right there, man. So we thank y'all in advance, man. We appreciate y'all. More episodes of the Cannabis podcast on there. We got archives. We got all kind of stuff that's going to be on there, man. You won't want to miss it. Videos, audio, brand new merch, exclusive merch that's only for the members. Man, come on. Man, yeah, we got you, man. We got you. So there's no guest, of course, today. So I wanted to go ahead and get into these topics, man, if that's cool with y'all. That's good? That's good.
Let's do it.
All right. So one is, we're always having these conversations, on social media with each other. Right? Like, hey, Corey will send me something from the Cannabis account. He'll send me something to my account, and then, that whole thing. And you sent me something that really piqued my interest, and I knew we had to talk about it today.
Okay.
Your boy, Nick Cannon.
Yes, sir.
Your boy, Nick Cannon. No, we ain't talking about, this ain't about kids today. I know y'all hear us talk about kids, and you assume Nick Cannon, so he's like the GOAT when it comes to popping out kids. No, this one's actually about networking. So I want to go ahead and kick it to what Nick Cannon actually had to say about networking.
I've been preaching that to people for years. Like, forget going and pitching to them. Get hot and they gonna come to you.
Like an artist, like a music artist.
Simple as that. I tell everybody that, like, if you want to, like, yo, I need to network. Like, networking. Networking is a waste of time, in my opinion. Go perfect your craft. And then all those rooms that you want to get into, they're going to be calling to get at you because you're the gift, you're the anomaly, you're the talent. It's like a lot of time people spend time trying to get hot as opposed to trying to create the true solid foundation of what creates the heat. And like you said, it's just like...
Yeah, but what are our thoughts on that? You know, because that's a big one. You know, with networking is, you know, we've been talking about networking and the power of networking. And, you know, sometimes I could see both sides of it. I mean, sometimes it really is just about taking that shovel and getting to work. You know, it's look, man, we ain't got time. I can talk to you about what we're doing later. You know, and for us, that outlet, it's a Cannabis Weekly podcast that we have, right? But, you know, a lot of business owners don't necessarily have that. But we do have those times where we're just, man, we on our grind. You know, we in silence just working. And then other times we're at multiple events, right? We're doing content. We're super visual with it, right? And so I could see how networking has played a factor. We talked about a phone call we got at the beginning of this very podcast, right? Which shows us the strength of networking, man. So I could see both ways, man. What do y'all think?
Man, I agree and disagree. So I'm gonna say it takes a hybrid approach for this because you know, we talked about it on our episode with Preferred Funding Group. It's like if a tree falls in the woods, but no one's around to hear it, did it really make a sound? So it comes to the same aspect. So it depends on what industry you're in, right? So like, you know, we've talked about it with some of the accountants and financial providers and some of the organizations and groups that we're in. You know, you can be the best there is at numbers, right? But if you don't like talking to people, if nobody knows that you are the best when it comes to these numbers or what it is that you do, then how are you going to get out there? How are people going to know about you? How can you benefit society in that sense if you aren't able to get out there? And it's marketing, right?
Yeah.
You know, networking is a form of marketing.
Yeah,
your
it is.
services marketing, your self-marketing, your brand. So it's hard for me to say, you know, that just getting your bag, grind it out, but and you know, if you build it, they will come.
Type of mentality.
Yeah. At the same time, you know, it's like if you are out there networking, like there's people that they don't want to go about things by themselves, or they don't want to have to be alone in this. So they go to all these like on Meetup, you know, meetup.com. They have like a lot of different groups for whatever it is that you want to do, whether it be like real estate, you know, insurance, whatever the fact, right? Well, some of these people are at a networking event every single day.
Man,
and
you ain't lying though. That's no exaggeration.
Yeah.
There's people really at every single, they don't miss nothing.
And my question as a business owner is like, how are you at all these events, you know, enjoying the happy hour, enjoying the margaritas?
They lit.
Right? Like, how are you at every event? How are you making money? Like, because
you spending money.
Yeah, it's like,
because you definitely spending. Carter, you know what I'm saying? Because every time we were looking at different prices for things. We talked about MJ BizCon, all this other stuff. And it was like, okay, $300 to get in here. $100 to get in here. And you know, like
$600 for a booth.
Yeah, and so you adding it all up. The after party. The only difference between this package and that party package is the after party, and that's $300. So the after party works $300, and so you doing all that stuff,
right?
And it get a little crazy.
Yeah, man,
it get a little crazy.
It's just like, as a business owner, you know, it's like, all right,
because you're gonna put that on the business card, right?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? No, but
yeah.
you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so, because that's how we would look at it. Like, if we're doing a business trip, a business expense, you're probably going to try to put it on a business card.
Right.
Right? Business credit, business debt, you're going to put it on a business card. But the only thing is, what does Corey always ask me? Hey, how we going to make that back, though? And we could have had a great month, a great few months. It's not based on where we are because we haven't gotten to where we want to get to yet. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of businesses haven't gotten to where they want to get to yet.
Right.
So is it ever really okay to spend like that if networking has a cost to it? Some stuff is free, and I get that part. You got connections and all that stuff. What's
not free though is time. You don't get that time back.
Come on.
And that's my thing about it. Every day you're at a networking event. No, like, so I get it. Like, if you're on your grind, like I'm really out here going business to business, like making these connections and trying to get leads and everything.
You're getting them.
And that's a different thing versus, no, I'm gonna keep going to these events.
And eventually.
I'm gonna keep I'm gonna keep getting these booths. I'm gonna keep
And I will tell you, that is kind of different. Getting a booth and kind of doing the whole sales thing is one thing, but just showing up to network, just to talk, right? And a lot of people will say, what? Well, you got to let your work speak for itself. And so this is kind of what Nick Cannon's saying. Nick Cannon is like, hey, you put in quality time with a quality plan to create a quality service or product, they'll come.
I'll say this from the Cannabis perspective.
Say that.
So, we've been talking about, if this is your first time listening, we have a show that we created called the Cannabis Experience.
Let's go.
And so
say it again.
It's called the Cannabis Experience. And it's a immersive experience through the Cannabis, Corey and Jarrell.
You know it.
And we go into different aspects of the industry and experience it for ourselves on camera while getting the education ourselves from whatever industry it is.
Yeah.
As well as, we get a chance to really sit down with that business owner and show a different side of the industry, right?
Yep.
And so we just dropped episode 2 last month. Matter of fact, a couple of weeks ago.
It was actually Christmas Day.
Oh, Christmas Day, right? So we dropped it, and anytime any of these episodes that we've done, there wasn't a bunch of like, we're gonna go out and network. We're gonna go out and tell all these different events and really tell people about the show and like what we're thinking about doing, and you should be a part of it. And
it's just all natural.
Yeah,
it wasn't the plan.
Yeah,
because regardless, we gonna do the show.
Yeah, exactly.
And by the way, this is just quick disclaimer. That is not to say we do not value the people that we bring on to the Cannabis Experience.
Exactly.
There's a real connection there. CeeLo, that's our guy now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We were cool, then we did the experience.
Yeah.
And it was a real experience that would just happen to be caught on camera.
Yeah.
So we really felt that was a bonding moment for us.
It's all, anything that we do is organic and genuine. Like we're not out here trying to clout chase. But we took the time, have those conversations, have those meetings with these individuals, and then we put it all together in real time, and recorded it, produced it, all that stuff, and pushed it out to everybody.
Light work.
And now we're getting hit up by a lot of different people because the work is showing like who we are in the craftsmanship and how much we care and what we can do. So to Nick Cannon's point, that's what that is. It's like we are putting the product out there for the world to see, and then that energy is bringing people to us. We didn't go ahead.
That's it.
I was
getting hyped for real. Come on, Corey. Talk that talk for real.
We didn't go and try and go all these networking groups, and we didn't do all that stuff. We just did it. It was like we had an idea and we did it.
Come on.
And so, to Nick Cannon's point, he's right on that. But at the same time, we put ourselves, we have networked, and we have put ourselves in positions to be able to be at the table or to be able to have these conversations in order to get the people onto the show that we wanted to get onto the show. So it's both.
Yeah, it really is. It really is both, man. And then we got to have a lot to show for it, man. And you mentioned earlier, you just said like, well, how are you making money? We talked about, income versus expenses basically for a quick second. And it's just crazy. You're taking away time from the family. You taking away time from the business too. So like your family, your wife may have been okay when you explained to her, hey baby, we got stuff we trying to accomplish. We trying to get to other heights right now. And I'm going to have to spend extra hours working in my business. Doesn't it? I don't know if you've had this with the wife or this issue with the wife, but trying to sum up having drinks at a bar as, these work hours. Is that not the hardest thing to do? Like, it's difficult because you can say, networking, but then that's not act like your wife don't know. There's a lot of husbands out there saying, I'm networking. Okay.
And her network.
Her network.
That's her network. That's funny. Man, so, no, you're right. But, I always, for me, make sure to position it as this is what I'm going to do. So, like, it's like, hey, I'm having a meeting with this person that does this so we can... it may work. Yeah, for the podcast. It may be a great podcast episode. And it also may be like a strategic partnership that we have for this and this. And I don't even mention drinks because the drinks are a byproduct of the meeting versus, hey, I'm going. It's like if we're going to an event, talking about the after party versus talking about the actual event.
But the crazy difference is in networking, after party is and that's what gets you tied up. So I do look, Corey putting y'all on game. I'm talking about real game right now for all the business. At least the men, at least women, it might the dynamics a little different. But men, he is really helping y'all out right now. It's the way that you have to phrase what you're doing.
Yeah, because it's work. It's work, and that's. Man.
but you also, let me tell you what he also, just to reiterate, if you weren't listening, you're not every day. You're not network. You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing, a good balance of anything, right? You can have too much water, right? So it's just like the balance is, hey, you can't network every day. At some point, you got to balance it with the work. I kind of think of it as like, those giant clear balls, like a human or a little kid can fit inside the ball.
Right.
But you have to create the momentum from within. That's how I kind of look at the businesses. That's how I'm seeing the visual in my head at the moment. Like it's thinking of, nobody's pushing you. You got to push yourself. Well, how you going to get there? You got to keep moving and eventually the ball
start rolling
or keep rolling.
Yeah.
And that when you mentioned our story and our current situation right now, the way we're rocking, that's how I think of it. We're inside the ball, guys.
Yeah,
right.
We're rolling.
We're rolling, but we weren't rolling.
No, that's. I mean, you got to pay your dues. You got to network
and
to get there.
Network and really work on your craft.
Yeah,
at the same time.
Work on that craft, bro.
I'll say this one other thing.
Yeah.
Before we go to this next topic.
Yeah.
The conversation that I've had to have with the wife was, I was like, man, she's like, I need a vacation. I was like, yeah, I need one too. She's like, you just went on one. And I was like, what do you mean? You went to, let's say, Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
And
that was definitely not a vacation.
It was not.
And
a lot of work.
But that's the thing from, external versus internal, right? So externally, like, it's people seeing the highlights. That's what IG is, right? It's the highlights of the event, or you came home with all this different products, or you came home or you send me pictures of this, and this, right? But at the same time, it's work. And, we've talked about it in previous episodes. It's like if we go to an event, we don't go to the event just to meander or to just, go there just to say we went there and then get super high and then just come home and say we did it. It's like, no, we are there talking with these brands. We are there setting up future dates, future meetings. We're there creating a warm lead so that lead can transition into either a client or transition into some type of return on investment, and not just a return on investment, but like a relationship that we have with them.
Right.
And through that, we have to be in their world. You can't, if you're not in their world, it's like, I don't know you.
I don't know you.
A saying that a drug dealer told me one time.
No, wait a minute. This is a quick barbershop story with Corey on the Cannabis podcast.
An impromptu.
Hey, look, I'll tell you, I got stories for days, man. So, back when I was a perfume connoisseur.
Okay, let's go.
This is back when so I sold perfume door to door, like business to business and
real hustle,
business to consumer, business to customer. Like I did both, and I was really out there putting that work in.
That work.
And I'll never forget, I was in Tyler, Texas, and I was in this giant parking lot, and it had like a Fashion Nova. No, City Trends. It wasn't Fashion Nova. It was City Trends.
You was in the hood.
Yeah, y'all know. Look, like real talk. Like I was out there, man. It was a City Trends, and I believe it was like a little bit further in the parking lot was like a Dollar General and all that stuff. Anyways, so like I was parking lot pitching.
Oh, new one.
And
oh my God.
yeah, I was out there really putting that work in, talking. I think it was like a Friday or something like that, so it was real busy. So it's all about numbers, right?
For sure.
Sales, right? You got to talk to as many people as possible, get as many no's as possible to get that yes.
Yeah.
And so I was out there, and this was a gentleman, right? You can tell he had some money, but he was also a gentleman that wasn't all in the legal market, right?
Okay.
And so, yeah. No, I didn't care, man. Money's money. I was trying to get this product off myself. So, hey.
You want to create a joint venture together?
Hey, look. So I came up and talked to him, and I was like, hey, brother, and I was doing my pitch, and he said, wait, hold up. Do I know you? I said, no, you don't know me. But la 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 la. He said, okay, so.
That's Denzel.
Well,
another one.
Well played. And we'll give you that inside joke in a second. He's like, do I know you? I was like, no. But I said, la la la. He said, so why the fuck you talking to me then?
Forgot where he was.
And I was like, and so I was like, you're right, bro. Hey, you have a great day, right? You gotta understand.
Handle it like you should. You got it.
Yeah,
no problem.
You right. Take care, right? And he went on his business, and I kept parking lot pitching and going to these different businesses and whatnot. And it was because he didn't know who I was, and I wasn't in his element. You know what I'm saying? I'm new to his element, and therefore, because you're not in my element, I can't. I have to approach you with caution, or I have to approach you like you're an op or the enemy, because I don't know what your intentions are. Versus, what's crazy is about an hour later, right? So I was like, dang, man. In my head, I was like, that was crazy, but I had too much. There was too many people around for me to stop and really process what just happened. I got to get this product off. I'm trying to make that money, and I got staff to feed. Yeah. I got to pay them out. I got bills. I got rent. I got my family. Yeah. It was just me and my wife at the time. But he came up to you and said, hey, bro, my bad, man. He's like, I ain't know who you were. And, he said, I got product on me. And I ain't know if you were the cops or not. Because, I was out there in some jeans and a polo shirt, right?
It's Corey.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always maintain some type of semi-professional look, just because I had to go inside businesses too, right? And he said, but yo, I see you out here hustling like I'm hustling, bro. And he's like, yeah, man, like my bad, man. Like I ain't mean to come at you like that. I didn't know who you were at the time, you know. And I don't remember if I sold a product to him or not. You know, a fairy tale would be like, yeah, and so then he bought la la la.
Yeah.
That it didn't happen like that. He may have bought like 1 or 2 bottles.
He bought the whole trunk.
He bought my car. As a matter of fact, he had this sales tactic that required a gun, and he acquired all the product and my car.
What did he say?
No.
I learned a lot that day. Imagine the ending. And this has been another barbershop. Oh man, that's good stuff, man.
Yeah. And then the inside joke is, I get roasted by my wife and family, and now these 2 gentlemen right here.
Add us to the list.
Because there's a lot of different events that I go to, and people will be like, hey, you know who you remind me of? And I'm like, who? They're like, Denzel.
Stop the cap.
And you know, I laugh because I don't think I look like Denzel.
You don't?
At all.
I don't. But I get this. And so at first I thought it was just white people. Because I was like, you know, white people think black people look, a lot of us look alike, right?
And for the record, black people think white people. You know, nobody ever mentions that part.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I've gotten it from black people. I've gotten it from white people. And it's all like, it's all older generation people, though. I have to say, like, 50s and above. Maybe I'll say, 45 and above.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll say this. It's older generation, right? But they're like, you know who you favor? And I'm like, who? And I'll tap my wife or something like that. Like,
listen. I ain't bullshit.
It's true. You favor Denzel.
Stop the cap.
And look. Ask these 2 gentlemen. Hey,
it's
right
real.
hand on the Bible.
Right where if I can find it. Put it on my phone.
Let me get struck down right now. Am I lying?
No, you're not.
No, the craziest thing is we witnessed it. We witnessed it before, and because it's happened more than once, we all looking at each other like, you gotta be.
When is it? Twice.
Where is my
Stop the cap.
button?
Like,
I need a button in real life.
All the time. Just somebody go say something
there was
crazy.
a gentleman. Go ahead, hit that button again.
Special edition of Barbershop Stories with Corey.
All right, so you know I've been on my grind for a while. Like I think Carter, and I didn't answer your question last time. How long have I been out the workforce? Like for real? It's been since 2013.
Dang.
11 years.
No, yeah,
At least 10. I know we at the beginning. Yeah.
So, as I transitioned out of the perfume life and actually got into the tax game, and but we were just doing income taxes. Like, after tax season, it was like, all right, well, we got to figure out where that revenue's coming in. And so it's funny. So I was watching. It was the show that it was about fantasy football.
Oh, The League?
The League. Thank you.
Okay.
So I was watching The League, and Taco stamped this girl's ass. And he's like, did you just stamp? He's like, yeah, I'm a notary.
Oh, yeah. That episode, yeah.
And I laughed because me and my wife were watching it, and I was like, what does a notary do? And I don't know if these gentlemen knew that, but that was my introduction into becoming a notary. And so...
Stabbing people's asses.
Oh, my God! And look, I'm still a notary to this day.
I've been stabbing asses for 11 years.
What did he say?
Hey, Hey, you know, I got an OnlyFans, you know, like.
So other than the Patreon, you might want to. Matter of fact, it's on the Patreon. So if you get that top tier.
Hey, check it out and see all that I've notarized.
Whole portfolio.
Authentic. Oh my God! You thought that Cannabis stamp on approval was
Thought that was a sound bite? I was recorded on my phone, homie.
well, these stamps been happening.
You get that Cannabis stamp of approval.
Those two did not. They didn't come together just till now. Like, holy shit. He's right.
You talking about the Cannabis.
Right, real quick, I said all that to say, that's that wrap it up. That's that wrap it up sound. I said all that to say, so as a notary, I had a family reach out to me. It's like, hey, I need you to notarize some documents. My father doesn't have much to live, right? So I go to this hospice community. The father didn't have like he was there, but he had a little bit of life in him, right? And so like I'm going through these documents, I'm asking like, hey, are you sound? Do you understand what these documents are saying? You know, I take my job seriously. And he said, yeah, I do understand. Can you repeat back to me what, you know, so on and so forth? And he did, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, he was like, before you go, you know who you remind me of? And I kind of started smiling. And I was like, who, sir? He's like, you remind me of Denzel.
Another one.
And that was the last conversation I had with him.
Hey, man. R.I.P. to him, bro.
Hey, R.I.P. to him, man. He great. I think he's a great guy. I only knew him for all of like 5 to 10 minutes.
It does, and that's really what it's about. Man, in life, though, that's really what it's about.
Yeah.
All these are just interactions.
Yeah.
You swapping energy with somebody. Sometimes it's a one-off. Sometimes it's somebody you've known for decades before you died. You know, and so, great guy.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to him.
R.I.P. man.
Hey, you gave him his wish.
He got to meet off-brand Denzel. He got to meet the Allstate guy.
One time. But at least he got them. But at least he got it in his lifetime. Shout out to him. Man,
I'm still yet to meet Denzel, so.
hey, you know we going up, right?
Facts.
Hey, when it happens, somebody gonna be like, look in the archive. Back in the day, they randomly said they would meet him. We gonna meet Denzel Washington.
Look. Those of you listening, if y'all know Denzel, first off, it'd be a absolute dream,
honor.
Come on,
absolute honor for us to meet Denzel. But if y'all can make it where me and Denzel stand side to side and see, like,
then make that networking happen.
Make that right. Make that networking happen, right? Hey, but I have to say, man, that's an absolute honor to say I look like Denzel, man.
Yeah,
like,
that's an honor.
Yeah.
What?
Ladies,
women love Denzel.
The GOAT of all GOATs.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
One of the best actors of all time.
Yeah, man. Now it's time to pass the torch on to the Cannabis, man.
Hey, man. He said, y'all got it. I'm out the game. But yeah, man.
Mine.
No, hey, you can't say it. You don't say it. No, man. Hey, one thing I want to do before we get out of here, though, we'll catch y'all next week on some other stuff. But before we get out of here, we had to update y'all. We've been telling y'all about how we got the business funding.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then we started putting it into really beefing up operations and beefing up everything that it takes to run a successful business.
Yep.
So one of those major things is ads and marketing. We were talking about this, ads and marketing versus networking, ads and marketing on social media. But we want to give y'all a quick update on the ads and marketing. So let's talk about it.
Yeah, so we've ran a few phases of ads. So we had our engagement ads, and then we transitioned from the engagement ads did really well.
Yeah.
Transition more into the top of funnel ads. Top of funnel ads did well as well, and we got a couple of leads. I think think 2 exactly leads out of that, right?
Okay, early.
So and then we launched the next level, so it'll be like level 2 ads off of that. So that's more. We're slowly going down from the top of the funnel to get to the middle of the funnel. If y'all don't know any of that means, y'all look that stuff up and you'll really understand what we're
Get on your ad
talking about.
game.
But we got what 6 leads off of that. But see, the middle of the funnel audience is really refined, right? So we're not blasting it out to the world. It's a limited, select few people that we're really trying to get to click.
Yeah.
Are you talking about an age group or?
No. It's so the best way I can say that is, so let's say there's a giant lake, right? And so we throw some bait out there into the water to see, like, hey, does the aquatic life like this bait, right?
Right.
And so, through throwing it out there, they're like, oh man, they're eating all this food up, and they really like the food, right? Let's say like most of the lake, right? So we're like, all right, well, we're trying to get this specific type of fish, right? So okay, now that we know that, we're going to throw this bait over here because this specific type of fish likes it, right?
Watch our first episode of the Cannabis Experience.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah.
Smoking fish reference.
Ties
Oh
in.
yeah. You said the Cannabis Experience. Yeah. And so so we throw it out there, and now we have an idea of, okay, out of all these fish, this we're able to get this many fish. Right. And then we and as we segment it a little bit more, the amount of aquatic life or amount of fish that we're able to get shrinks, but the likelihood of them biting and eating that fish and us getting a catch increases.
Right. It's higher.
So, so it went really well. We got another round of ads going out today. New campaign for the tax planning. All of this is for the Seed to Success method. First part was for the business funding side. So if you need business funding, hit us up. This part right here is for tax planning and tax season, right? Funny story is we launched like 14 or 16 videos that went out today. And then one of the videos was an outtake on accident. They got ran as an ad. I was on the phone with Jarrell, and I was like, oh man, it's dope. Like, I'm seeing our own ads on my personal page.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, this is the one that I stopped mid-ad, and it's like, no, I can't say that. And I was like, no!
It's your most successful ad.
Every panic in the universe going through your body. Right
I
now.
was like, no. It wasn't necessarily panic, but it was like, I gotta hurry up and stop this.
Delete.
Stop this video from going out, because people could be like, what the fuck? Yeah, like, what am I watching right now? So yeah, that's a part of the process, the learning process.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, if y'all need tax planning, any type of tax help, reach out. We love love for y'all to reach out to us, and we love to help you. Harvest AF at Harvest AF everywhere. HarvestAF.net. Just hit us up.
Yeah, y'all know what it is. Now, and we just want to thank y'all once again for tuning in to another episode of the Cannabis Podcast, man.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of tax time, it just got announced today.
Yes, sir. What day is it?
January 29th.
Say it again for the folks in the back.
January 29th. January 29th is tax season. It's the start of tax seasons. So if you haven't already, put your stake down, in front of your who you've been loyal to for 15 years, or if you've been loyal for 15 years and you're like, I don't know if this is correct, then make sure you hit us up, harvestaf.net, at HarvestAF, like Corey said, on all social media. And we'd be glad to welcome you into the Harvest AF and the Seed to Success family.
Hey, man, I may start coming on this episode and just dropping like a quick nug.
why not? That's what we do. That's what we are.
Hey,
We're all about nugs.
We'll let the dopest EA come on and talk about some tax strategies and how y'all can win in tax season next few episodes.
I like that.
There you have it. A show that's developing right in front of your eyes. We appreciate y'all
Real
once
time.
again. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.